27 of the 30 LGBTQ subjects interviewed about their 30th year were captured on video, including, in order of appearance, Andre DeShields, Lady Bunny, Michael R. Jackson, Juliana Huxtable, BT Wong, J.D. Sampson, and Pato Lesko. Just in French, what's it like to be 30 and queer and an artist? To try to put something meaningful into the world while simultaneously figuring out who you are? For many, it's a pivotal year, a time when you start to know yourself with greater clarity and to understand what you want and how you want to pursue it. But beyond that, there are as many answers as there are people to ask. So, this Pride Month, T asked 30 Americans to look back on that age, and the responses constitute both a chronology and a group portrait. This collection of memories, snapshots of a year in many lives, also serves as a multivalent gay history from almost a decade before Stonewall said the day before yesterday. Our oldest participant, the novelist and cultural outlaw John Reggie, turned 30 in 1961, before gay pride was a phrase, a concept, or much of a possibility. Our youngest, the non-binary poet and performer Danette Smith, reached that threshold toward the end of the Trump administration. The years they bookend encompassed a story of a movement, an identity, a people, a force, and a culture that grew from forbidden, banned, and encoded to ubiquitous, contentious, and constantly evolving. Read more. Andre DeShields, actor, 78, New York. It was 1976, and I was pregnant in a Planned Parenthood ad. From Left, a 2024 video portrait made by T of Andre DeShields recounting his 30th year. DeShields in a 1976 Planned Parenthood ad. Left, just in French. Right, DeShields photo by Chuck Ashley. Poster photo by Anthony Cassifas. When I was on the national tour of William F. Brown's The Wiz, playing the title role, this gentleman approached me after the San Francisco show. He said he was on assignment for Planned Parenthood. They were looking for someone to portray a pregnant man in an ad. I was hot, I was out, I was born out, I don't have a coming out story, and he wanted to photograph me. The idea was that men might be more responsible if they had to carry babies. I thought it was a smart idea. Men, it's called a condom. I thought of my nephews back in Baltimore who just wanted to have a good time. Sometimes, the result of a good time is a new life. My youngest sister had a child at 14, so I wanted to help. We stuffed a sleeping gown with rags, and the photographer taped it so it looked like a burden in the abdomen. I tucked it there, how women do. Later, in 2017, I did an off-Broadway play, Robert O'Hara's Mankind, about a time in the future when there are no women and men evolved to have children. When we were rehearsing it, I said, you know, some years ago I did this thing, and they put a poster in the Playwrights Horizons lobby. I have a formula when it comes to performing. I had it in The Wiz, and I had it in Anais Mitchell's Had His Own on Broadway, where DeShields originated the role of Hermes in 2019. What I bring is my queerness. If you're not willing to show that part of yourself, you're missing the target. It's that quality that scares everybody, that makes people go, oh, bring that to a character, it changes everything. Max Berlinger, Jenna Lyons, creative director and designer, 56, New York. It was 1998, and I couldn't get over the beautiful women in Antonio's Girls, clockwise from left, flipping through Antonio's Girls, 1982 by Antonio Lopez. Jenna Lyons' first edition copy of the book, Lopez's personal study, Grace Jones, 1983. Jenna Lyons, left with a friend in 1998, clockwise from left. Anthony Cassifas, 2, artwork, copyright sign, the estate and archive of Antonio Lopez and Juan Ramos, 3, courtesy of Jenna Lyons. I thought I knew so much and I knew nothing. I had a 29 and a half party at the Odeon restaurant in New York's Tribeca because I was scared to have a 30th birthday. There was this feeling of, am I ever going to get married and have kids like everybody else? I really had no idea about being attracted to women, but it's not like I was hiding it. When I look back, there could have been signs. I came to New York City because of the American photographer and illustrator Antonio Lopez's 1982 book, Antonio's Girls. Flipping through, you see him admiring the beauty of Grace Jones, Tina Chow, and Marissa Berenson. These women weren't the kinds of beauties that I saw in magazines. They were interesting for their personality and their style. He made me want something other than my sun-bleached Baywatch California upbringing. I did, however, and still do, adore Pam Anderson. I think if I'd been exposed to more gay women, it would have been different for me. I had no visible references, and certainly no one that looked like me. When I started dating a woman for the first time, at 43, it's hard to say I had some sort of revelation. I think I was just open enough to try, but in the late 90s, there were such stereotypes about gay women. A lot of them still exist. There is the male fantasy of two hot girls, or the idea that gay women don't take care of themselves, that they aren't attractive, that they look like men. I spent so much time trying to be beautiful in the eyes of men. That's not the thing I look for anymore. As soon as I stopped, it changed so much for me. Jason Chen, Jane County, actor and musician, 77, Atlanta. It was 1977, and it was just easier being trans in Europe. From left, Jane County performing on stage with her band, Wayne County and the Electric Chairs, circa 1978. A clip from a 1978 show in Dortmund, Germany. Left, Gus Stewart Gay Images. Right, copyright sign, WDR 1978. I got an offer to go to London, and then I toured through Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Berlin, which I liked so much I stayed for 2 years. It was a boring city unless you knew where to go. But they loved trans people there. A girl could go and try out her footwork, how to act, her attitude. It was a good training ground. Drag shows and trans shows weren't a big deal, like in America, where everyone would freak out about them. In Berlin, it was just another form of entertainment. I had this successful tour where the Police and Billy Idol opened for her band Wayne County and the Electric Chairs. It gave me confidence in myself, the fact that people were willing to accept an angry old trans person. We used the word transsexual back then, fronting a rock and roll band. I transitioned in front of my audiences. I think I opened people's minds. I believed in what I was doing and my messages about gender, about what's gay and straight, B categories that are made up so we can be comfortable. We overflow with those labels. MB, Bill T. Jones, choreographer, 72, Rockland County, NY. It was 1982, and it was and still is all about Arnie, clockwise from left. Arnie's aim of Bill T. Jones.